It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now. It's time to stretch and fetch. See what's cooking at our refreshment counter. You'll find your favorite foods and beverages, plus many new goodies to tempt your appetite and add to your evening's pleasure. Everything's the finest quality. So treat yourself now. 9 minutes to go to showtime. Popcorn, rich with hot melted butter. All kinds of candy. Sparkling soft drinks. Steaming hot coffee. Steamed or grilled hot dogs. Crispy hot fresh French fries. Minutes to go to showtime.
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons. It's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Seven minutes to go to showtime. Hot popcorn, just pop. Fresh roasted peanuts. How about a pizza? None better anywhere. Sizzling hamburgers grilled to your taste. We've a large assortment of freshly made sandwiches. Minutes to go to showtime.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those, and 1 of those, and 5 bars of these, and a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white coffee material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
Minutes to go.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at our snack bar, just waiting for you. Mmm.
4 minutes to go to showtime.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Oh, there, and I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Anything that's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
The crowds are thinning out at the snack bar, folks, and there are still 3 minutes till showtime. You can easily make it for something that'll just hit the spot. How about it? Don't waste a second of refreshment time. You'll find such an appetizing assortment of refreshments at the snack bar, you won't be able to decide what to ask for first. All of your snack bar favorites are there, including fresh peanuts, hot popcorn, and candy of all kinds. And believe us, you've never eaten better hot dogs, crisper French fries, or more delicious buttered popcorn. Two minutes to go to the snack bar for a quick refresher before showtime. No crowds to buck, just go get it. You'll be sorry you missed your chance to enjoy some of the many tempting goodies waiting for you. Stretch your legs now while the stretching's good. There's still time to get a mouth-watering hot dog, a sparkling ice-cold soda, assorted flavors of ice cream, all kinds of candy, the most delicious steaming hot coffee you ever drank, and freshly popped popcorn piping hot. Make a beeline for the snack bar right now to quench your thirst. One minute left to top off the evening with a treat from our snack bar. Still time if you hurry. Last call for refreshments, folks. Go right this second to get something good to eat and drink to enjoy now or during the rest of the show. The finest quality ingredients are in the fixins of the delicious foods you'll find waiting to tempt your appetite at the snack bar. Extra special good hamburgers, wonderful donuts, ice-cold, thirst-quenching drinks. Pizza generously sliced, steaming hot, fresh coffee, ice cream in many flavors.
Are you fucking kidding? 10 goddamn minutes and it's still not booting. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose my shit.
It's showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
Hi. How are you? I would be fan-fucking-tastic. However, the shit that I need to do requires Chrome to open. Chrome is not opening, needless to say. And, yeah, I'm just kind of floundering here because I've had it running for like 10 minutes now in the background. It says that it's running in the background, but it's not. It's actually frozen. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's not on the screen or anything. So, I think what I'm going to do is I would just go on with the game at this point, but I don't have that loaded yet because I wanted to look at the Nintendo Direct shit since I missed that. I was at work. I wanted to play catch up on that and then play the game. But since Chrome is not opening and the game's not open yet, I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to intermission for a little bit while I try to troubleshoot and figure out why the fuck Chrome is not opening. So, I will be back very shortly, hopefully. We'll see.
It's intermission time, so hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies, everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 10 minutes. Starts in 9 minutes. The show starts in 8 minutes. The show starts in 7 minutes.
Meow.
Hey Snoop, welcome. Just a quick little update. I'm still troubleshooting Chrome right now, so I'm not ready because it's not opening up any web pages. It's just running in the background. I tried deleting all of the extensions, and that didn't do it, so I'm not sure what to do. I really don't know what to do right now. Kind of really fucking annoyed, to be perfectly honest.
I also found out your voice is nice to go to sleep to.
A lot of people say that. And I'm glad. I'm glad that you think so. I'll try my best to not yell. Especially at my nighttime streams. The only thing I can think of is maybe it's a firewall thing.
The show starts in
But
5 minutes.
why would it now be blocking it? That's the question. Why would it now be blocking it if that's the case? Just doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't even have a firewall, do I? Oh, I do. Okay, never mind. It's not... There's nothing there. Like, I see... Like, I boot it up, and it uses up only 2.2k of memory on one instance, and then 1.3k on another, and then it just stops there. Usually when it runs, it boots up, and it just kind of fills up the memory further than that, but it just stops at that point. So it's an issue with booting, but I don't understand what could possibly be causing it. This has happened before too, but I don't remember what I did to fix it. I think I just closed out of it in the background and then opened it back up and it was fine. But that's not happening this time, and I had it running for 10 minutes straight. It seems to be an issue that quite a few people have as well, so it's not just me.
Show starts in 3 minutes.
Kill the process, remove the Google folder from the program files, reboot, re-download and install. Still doesn't do it. And it's... The thing is that if I run it once, it's fine. I close out of it and open it back up, it doesn't work. And that's what I did. I had a page open, then I closed out of it, tried to open it back up, and it just fucked up. But it seems like it's a common issue. And I really don't want to have to just uninstall and reinstall if it's not going to fucking work. There's no point in doing that. People are saying that when they uninstall it, they have to run CC cleaner, or C cleaner rather, which cleans out all of the extra files in the background. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do it that way because I don't know what else to do at this moment, and I'm wasting already way too much fucking time. So let's just get this shit out of the way. Unless, of course, I don't have CCleaner installed, which I thought I did, but apparently not.
The show starts in 1 minute.
For fuck's sake. This is pissing me off already. Download, please. Free version. Hurry up. Fucking hurry up. It's a small program. Fucking hurry up and download, please. How many things do I need to fucking click? Let me do this. Come on, you piece of shit. Are you gonna fucking download? What is happening? What the fuck is happening right now? I'm about to say fuck this shit and just restart the computer entirely. There, okay, open. Jesus Christ. And then I have to install this, which is already going to take time.
With the show.
No, we're not on with the show.
Intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies. Everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our
Install.
refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet
This
tooth.
fucking pisses me off.
Hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 10 minutes.
Wait, did it?
The show starts.
Of course, after I install it, it fucking runs fine now. Okay, we're fine. I don't understand. No, go away, go away, go away, go away. Go away. This is so annoying. Okay, so I wanted to watch... Oh, Jesus.
Intermission. Rise and
Clicked on the wrong thing.
time to refresh your...
Fucking go. Thank you. There we go. I wanted to watch the Nintendo Direct before we started. So, let's do that. This has got to be it. Oh, it's fucking game. I don't want to give GameSpot fucking money. Get the one from Nintendo. Baby, you didn't close the door.
My bad.
Jesus, how long? How long of a wait? I'm fast forwarding. 2 minutes? 2.5 minutes. 3 minutes.
Like what?
It's showing video there, but
Somebody play Mary's Letter? I'm sad now.
is YouTube broken?
Made to play Azeroth.
What the actual fuck?
I'm just gonna DC and
It
uninstall
in the thumbnail it shows video, but when I click on it, there's no video. What happens if I go up here? Nothing. What happens if I go here? Nothing. Here? Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Any new elements?
Now it's fine? No, now it's not fine.
God damn it.
Okay, I think I will give IGN or GameSpot money. As long as their video works in comparison. Okay, there we go.
Oh, Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
fuck.
Pig.
Sorry. Boyfriend's playing DBD. Even though he said he was done with it. Is this Bayonetta 3? Because I actually give no fucks about it. Oh no, that's Monster Hunter Rise. Okay. So new DLC.
I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. What you just saw was the first trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, the massive expansion for Monster Hunter Rise. Our friends at Capcom are working on many new elements that will enhance the experience for players of Monster Hunter Rise.
That's not me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward.
Monster.
Party during the day or at night.
So is this them just announcing more stages for the Mario Party?
In the Mario Party Superstars game, along with Spaceland and Peach's
I mean, we already know that it's 5 boards from the N64
The
game.
return. Take a stroll around.
So unless they have something new to announce,
Monty Moles.
I don't give a fuck.
They'll change the board's direction when you least expect it.
Okay, yep, this is all the same from the N64 games.
Games will have 7 courses available.
Oh, okay, so there's 2 extra courses.
Online play,
Original or not?
friends, and frenemies, and get ready for the party of a lifetime. Mario Party Superstars launches on the Nintendo Switch system.
Not announced.
29th.
Okay.
Pre-orders are available now on
Hey, T.
Nintendo eShop. A new RPG is in the cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Welcome to Voice of Cards.
Okay. Please tell me that's a working title.
Set off on a fantastical journey to slay a fearsome dragon for honor and fortune. Everything in this realm is represented as cards, from the protagonists to shops, towns, and environments. In this fresh take on tabletop RPGs,
I actually really like that idea.
turn-based card battles where your skills and a little bit of luck will determine the victor.
I'm interested. And I'm usually not interested in RPGs.
That's actually a pretty neat idea.
A spellbinding experience from the creative.
This is obviously one of those games where it's like they had the idea to like make an actual card game out of it, but then they realized how impossible it would be to use physical cards.
The Isle Dragon Roars launches on
So I
Nintendo
actually really
Switch
like that.
October 28th. Pre-orders and a free
Isle
download
Dragon
available
Roars.
today on Nintendo eShop.
October 28th, okay. I will add that to my to-do list.
Absolute disaster of a human being.
Packers!
Awaken in a hotel room in the city of Revachol, devoid of your memories. Soon, you learn that you're a detective and get
Yeah,
entangled.
Disco Elysium, okay. We already know. That's a game that exists on PC already. We don't...
The physical version of the game will launch early.
Hey, on my birthday.
2022.
Look at that.
Pre-orders for the digital version begin today on Nintendo. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Are they releasing more DLC? I thought they were done already. So this means I'm gonna have to play it again because I lost my save file. Is that what this means?
And about that courageous friend of yours, it seems I owe him as well.
The King of Hyrule must not fall!
You know, you're pretty good for a little kid.
We'd better partner up on this, don't you think? They won't harm you.
Okay, Naruto. I don't know what they're announcing with this. Is it more DLC or they're announcing the expansion pass that already existed?
Behold our power!
Okay.
Time for the show!
I thought they already released these characters. Oh, Wave 2 is coming out. Okay, that's why. Hold on. Battle for Kakariko Village, meh. Battle for Goponga Village, meh. And more. Whatever. Coliseum and more, so just...
Anybody upstairs?
Let's see, newly added playable characters. Okay, so they were coming out. That's why. Added actions for existing characters. So really nothing. They didn't add anything more to the story for it. So I don't need to pick it up.
Ready, set, Chocobo!
Chocobo racing?
Start your engines and get set for a
Or GP, whatever the fuck. Nah, I'm good. Thank you.
For the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game.
And it's Waluigi.
Mr. Sakurai, the game's director, will reveal this fighter in the final Mr. Sakurai Presents
on the 5th.
video.
Okay, so
about Super
it's an announcement for an announcement.
I hope you'll check it
for
out.
Waluigi. Got it.
It's Chris from Deltron Lowell.
God, I fucking hope not. The game is already full of autist players. They don't need more. The minute that they add in that, there's going to be more autismos. And more neckbeards that just screw up every convention because of the smell. Is this a new Kirby game? Are we finally getting a new Kirby game? Or is this just some dumb announcement for the announcement of Smash Brothers stuff?
How can there be more if they have all already played Smash? Low.
And it's proper 3D this time. Well, they did proper 3D with the N64 game, but still, this is like proper 3D.
That looks pretty cool.
It's interesting that that the world is like a proper world, like buildings and shit that are all dilapidated. Like, what the hell happened to this world to cause that? Okay.
Imagine a Kirby with a downer feudal story.
I want that to happen.
That was the trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. In this new game,
That
you
would
can
be
freely
really
move
cool.
around in 3D areas using familiar Kirby moves. The setting also appears to be mysterious.
I need to actually sit down and fully play a Kirby game.
What lies
The
in
only
store
one that I played was the port of the original game on GB,
scheduled to release in spring 2022.
and I never finished it, I don't think.
Forward to Kirby's new
Never
adventure.
played one ever.
Next, we have this to show you.
I played the fuck out of Kirby's Dream Course, because that's a fun game, but that's about it. So, Animal Crossing DLC? Or more, I guess? Or is this a new Animal Crossing? I doubt it's going to be a new one. The other one is still doing well. Yeah. Announcement for an announcement.
The animal
Don't care.
preparation.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care.
Let's move on to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
2 games, 1 game update, and lots of fun. 4 more free content is coming to the Mario Golf Super Rush game. Koopa Troopa enters the fairway as a playable character.
What is this? Something opened. Why did that open?
Tricky shots and dashes to mess with the competition. Ninja will also be playable. Take advantage of Ninja's blinding speed to outpace opponents.
Out of all Mario characters, why Ninja? Ninja only ever appeared in, what, one game?
These additions will come swinging in.
And it wasn't even technically a Mario game. It was a Doki Doki Panic game.
What's this? An invitation? You're invited to live in a magical world with Mickey Mouse and dozens of Disney characters.
Okay.
Spend time with Disney friends. Craft your own whimsical costumes and furniture.
I would be all for it if the music wasn't so annoying.
All downloadable content from the original Nintendo 3DS version is included. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition soars onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Wait, that's a port?
A beloved Star Wars game is coming to Nintendo Switch. Blast off to captivating planets and join forces with Jedi.
I'm so fucking torn on this. Out of all the games I'm torn on, this is the one. I love Knights of the Old Republic. Never finished it. I want to. But I love this fucking game. But the head writer that they picked up to write this new game. And the thing is that they're not completely remaking it. Or not, they're not remaking it from, like, the source material per se. Because they're remaking it from the ground up. Like, new engine, new story, apparently. Like, the story's still going to be technically the same, but things are going to be different. But the head writer that they picked up is somebody who, on social media, makes fun of all the neckbeards who are fans of Star Wars. And is pro-gung-ho about the whole, like, the females are, like, the best fucking thing out there because girl power. Yet, if anybody says anything negative about a poor performance of some girl power bullshit that was added into Star Wars, she gets offended and calls everybody a neckbeard and all this shit. So it's kind of like one of those situations, like, you know that she's going to add in some sort of bullshit like that into the game somewhere. And I'm not for it. I'm not for it.
In this blend of action, role-playing...
Now, don't get me wrong.
Will you use the Force for good, or will you be lured to the dark side?
Only... That's the thing, though.
Determine the galaxy's fate in Star Wars, Knights of the Old...
Like, oh, God. I want this game to be good, but it's not. I know it's not.
Also, that's only one person on a team of people.
She's the only writer.
Always remember.
She's the only writer. She's the head writer. So everything goes through her. It's her choice.
Humanity's last stronghold against a virus that turns people into the undead. In the Cloud version of Dying Light 2, stay human.
Oh God, it's gonna be Cloud. Why?
And tactical combat to survive.
Don't bother.
World action RPG. Explore alone. Or with
yeah, but it's not the developer who chooses what's gonna be written in the game, though.
During the day.
It's the writer. And the main reason for the game for being praised so well is because of the writing.
No matter where your actions lead you, there's one thing you must always remember. Stay human. While you're at it, take the prequel on the go in Dying Light Platinum Edition. Scavenge for supplies, craft weapons, and face hordes of the infected.
Wait, how is the first game not going to be cloud-based, but the second one will be?
Stay Human, Cloud version, launches on Nintendo Switch February 4th, 2022. A free demo will also launch the same day on Nintendo eShop.
I don't think that's going to do well.
Dying Light, Platinum Edition, comes to Nintendo Switch October 19th.
Don't think that's going to do well.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I'll stick to PS4.
Utility, morality,
yeah, but it's still good
or
to
liberty.
support the people who did all the major shit to make the game
In Triangle
happen.
Strategy, a fiery chronicle of war presented in stunning HD
Money
2D.
talks.
Also, cloud gaming is a great idea.
Money talks.
Will lead you through a
I don't want to
that changes based
propel that type of shit forward.
In the end, where will your conviction guide you?
You have got
Especially within the first 2 weeks of the game being released. Money talks.
To the survey about the demo released in February of this year, the game has been fine-tuned with a focus on elements that received lots of feedback.
Oh yeah.
These include adjustments to the difficulty, improvements to on-screen visuals,
oh, I will.
camera angle controls, the ability to review previous dialogue, and streamlined game flow and loading times.
A lot of people are pissed off at the head writer, too. And they're always pointing out her bullshit. So it's not just me, it's a lot of people that are pissed off.
Will launch on Nintendo Switch March 4th, 2022. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
This I'm excited for.
You are faced with overwhelming
But
power.
Dread.
Your highest priority should be simply to survive.
Well, actually, no. Dread's okay.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape. Don't let your guard down.
Okay, Microsoft Sam, thank you.
That gun design goal.
Samus Aran, the most powerful bounty hunter in the galaxy, embarks on a new mission to the uncharted planet ZDR.
Wait, was that
Objectives?
X-Nerf thing?
Confirm whether the deadly X-parasite
Yeah.
still exists.
Because this takes place like right after that.
Enemy research robots in search of it have mysteriously gone dark.
Oh,
Early
yeah.
readings reveal that
That's why she had the bluish armor.
into multiple environments.
Because that was the armor from the previous game.
With its own elements and organisms.
I'm still personally excited for Prime 4.
Remnants of the mighty Chosen.
We still haven't heard anything about it,
civilization
though.
Scattered throughout, including evidence that the Chozo.
Like, it was just as missing as Bayonetta 3. Like, nobody knows what the fuck is happening.
.com to read Metroid Dread Report Volume 8 for a detailed account of the terrain and life forms you may encounter in the Metroid Dread game. Be sure to view the other Metroid Dread reports there as well. You'll want to prepare yourself for the dangers
Yeah, the last
that
message
lie
developed
ahead.
was restarted.
Metroid Dread launches on Nintendo Switch October 8th. Pre-orders are
And
available
Retro was
now
put
on
in the
Nintendo
project.
eShop.
I'm not surprised.
How was that? Up next, we have news about Nintendo Switch Online.
This is where they're gonna announce
Switch Online.
N64 that everybody was predicting because of a leak.
In addition to the current membership, we'll be adding a new membership plan.
Oh, a new membership plan.
As a part of this new plan's content,
Yep, N64. Saw that coming a mile away.
you'll be able to play a collection of Nintendo 64 games.
Bring ha!
64 system launched 25 years ago.
Bring ha!
I think this system gave many players their first 3D gaming experiences, as well as intense 4-player multiplayer action.
Which is not going to be online.
People can play select Nintendo 64 games locally or online.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm okay with that.
New membership plan. In addition to the Nintendo 64 games,
What? I'm sorry, what?
you can play a collection of.
Are they going to release Sega Genesis controllers? Nobody likes Phantasy Star 2. That's,
classic
nobody
games
likes it.
whenever and wherever you'd like.
Not even Starfighter 76 liked it.
Elements of the base Nintendo Switch Online membership, as well as the ability to play the included Nintendo 64
How
Genesis
much?
games.
How much?
This is
How
Nintendo
much?
Switch Online plus expansion.
How much?
This new membership plan will be added in late October.
Okay. Yeah. How much?
Of course, you'll still be able to continue using the existing plans.
Well, of course. But how much?
Also, those who have an existing membership plan can change over to the new plan.
Well, no shit. But how much?
We'll share more details about this new membership plan
okay.
at a later time.
I see how it
including
is.
The exact release date and
They realized that they were giving away too many games online.
We'd like to announce the games that will be available when it launches.
I'm going to predict $15 more.
You'll be able to play the Nintendo 64 games shown here.
Not interested in any of them, except for Zelda,
games.
but that's normal. Bloodlines, I'm okay with Bloodlines, but the rest of them not so much.
Games such as The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and F-Zero X, as well as other Nintendo 64 and
There weren't
Genesis
a lot of N64 games that I actually liked. Kirby 64, I guess, was okay. I never finished it. I never finished Paper Mario.
We've prepared Nintendo 64 and Genesis controllers to ensure the games
Yep, they're making fun.
same style controls from their original releases.
Hopefully the analog stick is a proper analog stick and not one that's using plastic on plastic like the originals.
Will be available
So they're loose and shit after like a day.
Member.
But the fact that there's a Sega Genesis controller that Nintendo is making.
To this new membership plan, Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack.
But that explains the recent
Switch headlines.
There's plenty to play.
the recent FCC thing that they filed for the label.
Sega got low.
Cyberpunk meets fantasy in this 3-game collection of cult classic
The Shadowrun
RPGs.
games that are on PC.
Shadowrunner Mercenary.
Okay.
Castlevania Advance Collection brings together.
Oh!
Dracula continues.
Well, they did finally announce it.
Advance
It was
Collection
leaked.
brings together 4 classic Castlevania games.
4 of them.
Deathly beautiful graphics and haunting.
Wait, hold on. Whoa. I saw Dracula X.
Castlevania.
Dracula
Advance
X wasn't on
Collection brings
GBA.
Together 4 classic Castlevania games with.
So, is that the SNES Dracula X? I would assume it is, because it's definitely not the good one.
Deathly beautiful graphics and hauntingly epic music.
So that's not... Yeah, that's... Nah, fuck that game.
And button mapping features will
Nah,
also
fuck that game.
ramp up your fight against evil. All regional versions of each game, as well as a gallery mode with never-before-seen art.
I do like the fact that they have the regional
Castlevania
versions,
Advance Collection launches
so I could finally play them in Japanese, but fuck Dracula X. That's not a good game.
An almighty classic returns.
ActRaiser? Remake? ActRaiser Remake. Okay.
The classic Super NES game ActRaiser returns on Nintendo Switch, now remastered in HD. The Lord of Light, an almighty god. Only you can save mankind from the forces of Tanzra, the Lord of Dark. You'll wage war in 2 phases. First, strike down monsters in the side-scrolling action phase to liberate the lands from the grasp of evil. Master swordsmanship and
I was never a fan of this game.
stand in your path. Then, cultivate the lands you've liberated in the
And this was the main reason why.
phase.
Like, I like the side-scrolling bit, but the rest of it,
to make way for
the building shit,
creating a
not my
flourishing
thing.
civilization. As you do so, your powers will increase, giving you an edge in both phases. Alternate between the original and rearranged versions of the beloved soundtrack and enjoy brand new music. New stages and new boss battles also await. ActRaiser Renaissance descends onto Nintendo. New chapter is about to unfold.
This is their announcement of it coming out to Switch. Okay. Good for them. Oh, pre-orders begin. Meh.
How's everything? There are still a few more announcements in today's Nintendo Direct.
Koizumi-san.
Oh, Miyamoto-san. What brings you in?
I wanted to make an announcement, so I was hoping I could step in.
Oh, of course.
I like how the fucking barrier between them is still visible.
Shigeru Miyamoto. We've previously announced that I have been working with the Hollywood movie studio Illumination and its CEO and producer Chris Meledandri-san.
This is for the Mario movie that they
Like Despicable
leaked
Me and Sing in
not
making
long
a
ago.
full-length animated Mario movie for the big screen.
Yep.
Today, I wanted to announce its theatrical release timing. Ta-da! The movie will be released in theaters in holiday 2022. The release date for North America is on December 21st and will be.
It's not a real
announced
Mario
release dates
movie
for
unless
Japan,
Mario says that his name is Mario.
It'll be
And his brother is Luigi
a
Mario.
glimpse of Mario in action on the big screen. But today, I also wanted to reveal our key cast members who will be voicing Mario and his friends in the movie.
Not Charles Martinet.
Is Mario, who will be played by Chris Pratt.
Or an Italian-American actor.
Mario will be talking a lot in the movie. Please look forward to
Mario,
Mario, as
Mario,
performed
Peach,
by
Mario,
the very
Daisy,
talented
Mario.
Chris-san. Next, Princess Peach will be played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
I can see that.
I can't wait to see a very spirited Princess Peach. Mario's brother Luigi.
Hold on. Fucking Charlie, the dyslexic dude from It's Always Sunny, is fucking Luigi.
Hell yeah. Oh, really?
Ah, god damn it.
Charlie Day. I'm excited for you to see this timid.
Why? Why?
Bowser will be played by the one.
Yeah, I can see
Jack
that.
Black.
I can see
I'm
that.
expecting a monster
That's goofy.
performance by Jackson. The comedian Keegan-Michael Key will be playing Toad.
Well, Toad is not gonna sound terrible, at least. So that's a good
Even
thing.
though this is a Mario movie, Donkey Kong will also be making an appearance.
What is...
He will be
Why?
played by Seth Rogen.
Why?
I'm eager for you to see a humorous Donkey Kong by Seth-san.
Why? Oh, okay, so he is.
Charles Martinet.
But he's not Mario.
Mario and many more Nintendo characters in our games over the years
But,
is also involved
so he's gonna be doing the voices, just generic voices,
in the movie.
in all the other enemy characters.
We also have more incredible talent joining the film to play some of our other beloved characters.
Okay. We got Cranky Kong for some reason.
That is all I can share with you today about
Because
the movie.
Mario in original Donkey Kong, but still, that doesn't make any sense story-wise.
All sorts of ideas, and I myself am enjoying a creative process that is a little bit different from making games. It may be a while until we can share more updates, but I hope you'll look forward to it. Koizumi-san, back to you.
You good?
Please look forward to Mario's adventure jumping into the world of motion pictures. Next, we'd like to show you this.
All right, fine. You can go away now. I don't want it. Splatoon 3 or DLC? I don't really care about Splatoon, honestly.
Hell yeah, but oh no.
Wait, did a new octopus?
I think it's DLC. DLC with the proper single player.
Okay.
Highly
well,
doubt it.
if-
Oh no, it is Splatoon 3. Okay.
Snoopy, I saw that you were playing Dead by Daylight. And you didn't
Researcher
actually
from the
play
Squid
for
Research
Ted
Lab.
now.
I've been meticulously studying the
Don't care. Don't care.
So, what did you think?
The
Splatoon
guy who
3,
canceled me
taking
would
place
love
in a
that,
new
so fuck
world,
that.
is scheduled to release in 2022.
You were canceled? When?
Look forward to future updates.
I never heard of this.
It was me. I did it.
Okay, this is the last trailer we have to show you today. Please take a look.
Some dickhead tried.
See? He even called me by my name. Some dickhead. Not actual gameplay footage.
Gee, I couldn't tell. This looked like actual Switch gameplay.
Wait, this a holiday for the Switch?
No.
HQ.
I highly doubt it. I know that font. Why do I know that font? Is this, Bayonetta? I think this is Bayonetta. Yeah, it's Bayonetta. Hey, people love their half-naked witch for some reason. Because straight people.
Game will launch.
Corny but not form.
Huh?
How much of that if you fast forwarded?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm gonna make some food. You want me to get you anything?
I am good.
Because I can't get you anything anyway.
What the fuck does that mean? Okay then.
Oh wait, Dante was at the end there.
Yeah, of course, because they share the same universe, technically. So that was a thing. Not really a lot of things that I was interested in. There was only, what, 2 things I was interested in? Well, we have an hour to get some gameplay done of this. Alright, so the bad end I got of this, I'm not sure if it was because of this one. I'm gonna assume it is. What?
Oh, you're back on that.
Oh, that's not the one I want. I think there's a different one. I think it's this one.
Me tomorrow after work to go by someplace and get the boys some more food.
If I can remember. Okay, let's hurry out through the door. Right now, they were a little more than trapped rats.
It's fine if you don't.
But Hitomi clutched onto Achi's arm hard. Can I help you with something? Said a casual voice from outside.
Brett.
They saw their pursuer react at once, pulling back from the window.
Igdoso el see goth.
Oh, have a good one.
I'm over here smacking my pussy.
That's just our storeroom, you know, the voice added. Achi heard footsteps scampering away. The kidnapper had run off. Achi exchanged glances with Hitomi and let out a tiny sigh. There were more voices coming from outside now. What was up with that guy? I don't know. Whatever. Let's just hurry and get stuff tidied up. Man, my throat's raw. It sounded like a conversation between 2 men. The storeroom door opened and the men clomped their way inside. So what are we getting? Let's grab all those folding chairs over there. Producer said we're going to need a lot more seats all of a sudden. Mr. Orai said that? Going all out for the troops' last hurrah, huh? Beats me, man. In no real hurry, the men went about carting the folding chairs away. They didn't notice Achi and Hitomi sitting silently in the shadows. Not to change the subject, but how come we're using a dry ice machine and not a smoke machine? Maybe that's why my throat's bothering me. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Nobody's even operating it, and it's still drawing a ton of power.
But
Think it's defective?
if you gamers are looking for raw ultimate power, you should click the link to Rogue Energy to buy some stuff for 10% off with code ZUMAGA at checkout.
Yes, that which was just said. Do that.
Or check out if you desire.
Achi and Hitomi waited for the 2 men to finish up. If they were spotted, it would probably cause a scene. And worse still, it might alert the men who were hunting them. Once they'd carried off the rest of the folding chairs, the men closed the storeroom door. The foreigner could still be somewhere nearby, though, so Achi decided they should hide out in the room a little longer. But I thought I chose a different thing. Pretty sure I chose a different thing. Why is it still going... What the fuck? So did it not matter which one I chose? Because that's what I chose. That's the new one. But nothing... There's nothing different. So that didn't really change anything. I can't skip this. Come on. There's got to be something different that happens. But I think they just get locked inside no matter what. Yeah, this is all the same. Okay, so I think what I need to do is actually... Well, there's a couple things I could do. I can jump there. There was another jump there that I can do. I don't remember... Was Tama stuck somewhere? Tama was stuck there. That was at 1340. And we have a bad end there. And that happened because I don't remember. Hachi successfully managed to break out of the storeroom only to be knocked out. Things might have gone differently if you tell me you managed to get in contact with Tanaka. Right, with Tanaka. Okay, so I need to play as... I guess Osawa. Mr. Osawa, it's Kajiwara. Ah, perfect timing. Osawa hurried to let the detective into the study. The bug tracker is picking up signals again. Oh? Yes, from all over the room. What should I do? Mr. Osawa, please calm down. As if that were even possible right now. Feels like there must be 10, no, maybe 100 listening devices in here. Kajiwara didn't miss a beat. Let me be honest with you. That bug tracker is... All of a sudden, a different noise cut in over the bug tracker. Kajiwara here. Kano? Kajiwara's customary nonchalant expression vanished into a sudden seriousness. Sorry, hold on, he continued. I can't really hear you. He headed out of the room, the phone clutched to his ear. Osawa was left to wonder what the detective had been about to tell him. The bug tracker was what? What the heck was going on? The sound wasn't stopping. Deciding that he'd better do something, Osawa took the bug tracker and checked behind the bookcase. It didn't seem like the signal was coming from back there. He proceeded to pull each and every one of the books off of the shelf. Nothing. He checked the area around his computer. He scanned the monitor, the case, the power outlet, but he found nothing that could be listening, or that could be a listening device, anywhere. He found a small screwdriver and dismantled the mouse. The brown circuit board was lined with chips, but nothing appeared out of the ordinary. And still, the mechanical sound continued mocking him. Just try to find it. Go ahead. Look everywhere. He was being ridiculed. The sound just wouldn't stop, and still the time ticked past. Had it been 5 minutes? 10? Maybe more. He began to lose hope that he could find the listening devices, and even to stop caring. Instead, he was overcome with the feeling that this room, which for years had been his sanctuary, had ceased to be his own. It was as if something other had intruded and laid claim to his personal space. In his fevered mind, he began to hear the tracker sound as a high-pitched laugh, an accursed relentless noise, cruel and taunting, the mockery of the devil himself. Osawa hurled the bug tracker against the wall. Then he picked it up, only to smash it back onto the floor. Then he stomped on it ferociously. There was a satisfying snap, accompanied by the sensation of the thing being crushed underfoot. The noise stopped. Or, well, it ought to have. And yet, for some reason, the horrid noise kept sounding in Osawa's ears. It wasn't coming from the bug tracker after all. It was inside his own head, somewhere inescapable, echoing within his skull.
Then he cut a fart.
No, exactly. No, the noise didn't stop. It only grew louder. Why? 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 Osawa screamed. Why was he being tormented like this? He couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't even think straight anymore. He felt his mind beginning to dissolve. Is this a bad end? Yeah, it is. I don't even know what the fuck I did. Because in the previous time that I played this...
Oh, hi, Mark.
It said what it was. The dude said that it was broken. I already know it's a broken tracking device or whatever, but... I don't know why.
Hi, doggy.
Why did it change this time?
Speaking of broken, the bot wasn't working.
It was the call. If only someone hadn't called Detective Kajiwara right then. Was it Kano that called him? Because he did mention Kano's name. Did I already do the... I don't remember if I did it or not. I might have already stopped him from going to the hideout on time. And I thought I heard it say hi, or hi, Mark.
So are you to the scene where the half-naked Joshua girls chase the old man around the room yet?
Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, let's try this. The car moved at a glacial pace toward the crime syndicate's hangout. Stanley pounded his fists on the steering wheel in frustration. They had no sooner set out than the traffic slowed to a nearer standstill. Despite the occasional lurch, it never crept above a crawl. Kano stewed in the passenger seat. The case was rapidly getting out of hand. Now he had to worry about the safety of both Maria and her sister Hitomi. Never mind the fact that Detective Tateno had also gone missing. There were too many unknowns, too many uncertainties. His unease was growing unbearable. Also, Tateno hasn't radioed in, and we can't reach him from our end either. Kusei's words kept echoing inside Kano's head. What could have caused Tateno to drop out of contact? Someone had gone after Hitomi while Kano and the others were busy trailing the attaché case. Could Tateno have been... No, it couldn't be. Kano was sure Tateno would have done whatever was necessary to help Hitomi safe. Stanley broke the long silence. What's on your mind? Still thinking about that call from Kusei? Kano didn't answer. Look, if you're worrying about the other detective, the guy couldn't even protect one girl, Stanley continued. Not exactly a ringing endorsement. Don't you talk about Detective Tateno that way. I'm concerned about Hitomi Osawa, but the missing attaché case needs to come first. Stanley's expression remained stone cold. I'm having trouble with English. Kano flashed him a sidelong glare, then went back to staring out the window. A moment later, a flurry of motion in a nearby alley caught his eye. With a start, he recognized Sasayama. His fellow detective was caught up in an altercation with a man in dark clothes. Kano sprang into action, his body moving almost before his mind registered the situation. Sasayama! Flinging the door open, he leapt out of the car. Hey, wait! Stanley called after him, but Kano was already sprinting toward the fight. Oof! The other man knocked Sasayama onto a pile of garbage. As Sasayama struggled to get back to his feet, his opponent looked down at him with a triumphant sneer. Kano finally got a good look at the man, and his eyes flashed with recognition. It was the perp who'd first taken the attaché case back at the Scramble. Tariq Al-Karawan. You! Kano growled. He sped like a bullet to tackle Al-Karawan around the legs. But Al-Karawan nimbly stepped aside. Kano's arms closed on nothing but air. At the same moment, Al-Karawan deftly wrapped an arm around Kano's neck. Kano felt a vice-like pressure on his carotid artery. In case you don't know, that's the sleeper hold. His consciousness quickly began to slip away. Oh no, you don't, you bastard, he snarled. Lowering his center of gravity, he got hold of one of Al-Karawan's legs and used his shoulder as a fulcrum against it. Despite the arm still crushing his neck, Kano managed to lift his opponent high into the air. He continued the movement to heave Al-Karawan up and over himself, slamming him upside down into the heap of trash. Stanley strolled up to the aftermath of the struggle. Well, you've got the brawn part down, he said. Need some work on the brains. Al-Karawan was sprawled out atop the mound of refuse. He'd been knocked out cold. Sasayama coughed and sputtered. Kano went to help him to his feet, but Stanley stepped in between them. What are you doing? Stanley asked. Helping Sasayama. What does it look like? We need to apprehend Al-Karawan first. He's not even conscious. Sasayama can come first. He pushed Stanley aside and crouched down alongside his partner. Are you all right? Yeah, Sasayama groaned. You bailing me out, though. Can't let the missus know about that. Mum's the word, Kano said. He slipped an arm underneath Sasayama and helped him to his feet. I managed to find the guy who had the attaché case, Sasayama said, but when I tried to arrest him, this fella came out of nowhere and attacked me. He flashed Al-Karawan a nasty look. So here we go again, disobeying direct orders, Stanley huffed. What's the deal with Japanese police, anyway? He shook his head in exasperation. Sasayama gave Kano a puzzled look, jerking his thumb at the American. Who's this guy? It's a long story, Kano said. He filled Sasayama in on the situation. Enough chit-chat. Hurry up and cuff this guy, Stanley said. Kano knelt down by Al-Karawan's unconscious body, flipped him over, and proceeded to cuff his hands behind his back. Kano paused. Al-Karawan's sleeve had slid back from his wrist. What's this? The unconscious man had a tattoo of a two-headed scorpion on his left arm. Stanley strode over. You find something? He asked. Yes, I think this guy might be the ringleader. Seeing the image had reminded Kano of something he'd heard back at headquarters, that the head of the foreign syndicate had a scorpion tattoo. He relayed this information to Stanley. I see. Stanley called up Kuze on his cell. You'll be happy to know that the guy with the attaché case is still at large, he said. Apprehending the ringleader at this point shouldn't be an issue. One of your so very capable subordinates gave us a big step forward in the case here. Wait a second. Sasayama murdered. That was sarcasm, wasn't it? Stanley hung up and called over to him. Think you can escort this guy back to the precinct? Yeah, sure, seeing how very capable I am. Kano felt his phone vibrate. The display showed an incoming call from Rumi. Hello? He answered warily, keeping his voice down. Stanley had him a little on edge. It's me. It's me. It was Shizuo, whoever the fuck that is. I forgot. Damn it, Kano thought. He did not have time for this right now. But if he just hung up, he might be in even deeper hot water. Kano... Okay. Kano decided he better listen to what the old man had to say. Hello, sir. I'm afraid I'm not really at liberty to take a personal call right now, even if it is my father-in-law. He did his best to sound apologetic. I'm not your father-in-law. Yes, of course. Sorry, sir. He bowed his head reflexively, feeling like an idiot. You really don't give a damn about keeping me waiting like this, do you? Sir, I swear to you, I feel terrible. Please, I just... Flustered, he took a deep breath and recomposed himself. I promise you, sir. I promise I'll be there. If you could just wait a little while... Don't make promises you can't keep! Shizuo's barking rebuke made Kano break out in a sweat. You think I'm gonna let you off the hook just because you're working a case? This is exactly why I don't want my daughter with some detective. Great. Another angry tirade. But didn't you used to be a detective, sir? Kano muttered. You watch yourself, you little brat. It's not enough that you keep calling me your father-in-law, now you have to bring that up.
You're fired!
Evidently, Kano had touched a raw nerve. In case you don't know. It seemed like anything he said only made matters worse. Well, you're not off the hook, Shizuo continued. I am never letting my daughter marry the likes of you. What the fuck was the point of even calling to say that if he said that before in the previous phone call? His fury hitting its crescendo, Shizuo promptly hung up. Why on earth did Shizuo hold such intense malice toward police detectives when he'd been one himself? Kano had become a detective for Rumi's sake in the first place, and now it was the biggest thing holding him back. Hey, come on, let's go. Stanley's voice snapped Kano out of his daze. Grimly, he followed the American back to the car. Yet again, Stanley was thumping the steering wheel in frustration. Traffic hadn't let up one bit. It was starting to look like they might never make it to the foreign syndicate's hangout. Kano caught sight of a girl in a hoodie, weaving her way between the stopped cars on foot. He rolled down the window and called out to her. In case you don't know, Miku Morita was a fighter at the cosplay fighting pub ride, but just decided to retire after losing to Tama, the cat, in a street fight. Excuse me, miss? Did something happen? Huh? What do you mean? With the road, I mean, what's with all the traffic? Oh, right. Apparently there was some big accident over by the train station. That's probably what's causing it. Really? Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to be going anywhere for quite a while. She smiled and went on her way. Stanley gave the steering wheel another punch. Well, I guess they did say this wasn't just some typical ransom case, he muttered. Kano saw an opportunity. If they're not after the money, then what are they after? Stanley kept his eyes forward, acting as if he hadn't heard. Look, Kano said, I can't help you if you keep me out of the loop. After a few moments of thought, Stanley replied with a single monosyllable. Drugs. What? Maria's father, Kenji Osawa. I assume you're aware he works for Okoshi Pharmaceutical? I am. Nothing's been made public yet, but Osawa recently oversaw the development of a new drug, which we've already discussed, and someone is trying to get their hands on it. Kano's mind latched onto this new information, trying to assemble the pieces of an evolving puzzle.
Frozen over Epic is going to start supporting Linux.
I heard about that. Someone? Who? An international criminal mastermind. This foreign syndicate is merely a tool in someone else's game. Kano regarded Stanley's face carefully. He looked more cold and serious than ever. So wait, does that mean that the reason we're letting the syndicate walk around unfettered is on my orders? Yes. I see. So the only thing you're really concerned with is catching this international mastermind? Precisely. Kano felt like he was starting to get a picture of what sort of person Stanley was. So you don't really care what happens to the girl who's been abducted, do you? Not particularly, no. Why do you have a why? Do you have a problem with that? Punctuation means everything. Kano clenched his fist. His hand was shaking with anger. Dictum number 8. When you really want to punch something, you really probably shouldn't. Kano recited the words inwardly like some sort of desperate mantra. If he didn't manage to calm himself down, he was liable to slam his fist right into Stanley's face. Outside the car, the traffic remained at a standstill. Kano chafed against a feeling of utter futility. One after another, his uncertainties came to nag at him. Was Maria still safe? What happened to Hitomi and Tateno, her bodyguard? And now, on top of all this, it struck Kano as rather careless to send Sasayama away with Alcarawan without any backup, now that Jack had alerted him to the presence of a dangerous international mastermind still on the loose. Fighting back his fit of pique, Kano got out his cell phone. In case you don't know what that means, it means to do something impulsively out of irritation, resentment, or the like. Similar to doing something in a huff. Those are just smart words, is what we say. So, obviously this is the wrong decision, because if I pick that, then the doctor goes batshit insane. So he dialed up Sasayama. He wanted to make sure his partner had gotten Alcarawan back to the precinct safely. Sasayama picked up almost right away. Kano, what's up? How are things on your end? Any problems getting Alcarawan back? Nah, I've got Tateno taking care of him. Wait, what? Kano could hardly believe his ears. You were in touch with Tateno? He asked. He could hear the shock in his own voice. Yeah, just bumped into him over by the precinct a little while ago. Then he is safe. Kano felt a surge of relief. What about Hitomi then? Stanley glanced over at him, curious. Tateno says he lost track of her somehow. And then he got called back to the precinct, apparently. Tateno had lost track of her? That's not like him, Kano thought. Since he was heading back there anyway, I handed our guy over to him. Oh. Tateno's working for them. Like, actually working for them. I kind of had a feeling that he was, but that just cements it. I see. Kano was glad to hear that Tateno was alright, but his relief was tempered by a surge of anger at the thought of what had happened to Hitomi. Now I'm back to tailing the attaché case, Sasayama continued. Today's my wife's birthday, you know. My plan is to wrap this thing up ASAP so we can celebrate tonight. I've already got a present and everything. I envy you, man. Closing his eyes, Kano took a moment to picture Rumi. But Shizuo's face popped into his mind's eye right alongside her. Well, just hang in there, buddy. Even if your girlfriend is just a picture of Masami Nagahama. We've already been over that. Still snickering, Sasayama hung up. Kano bit his lip and slipped his phone back into his pocket. At long last, traffic began to move again. Almost as soon as it did, however, Stanley had to slam on the brakes. The abrupt stop made Kano smack his head against the windshield. Hey, what gives? Look, Stanley said. He gestured with his chin. Kano couldn't believe his eyes. There, walking along the sidewalk ahead, was Al-Karawan, very much not in custody. What the hell? Kano shouted, already hopping out of the car. Stanley was right behind him. They crept up on their target as silently as possible, then rushed him once they were close. In a moment, they had subdued him. Kano used his own body weight to hold Al-Karawan down. What are you doing out here? He demanded. Hey, guess you didn't get the memo, huh? Al-Karawan flashed a coy grin. They let me go. Let you go? I think your buddy here might have hearing problems, Al-Karawan said to Stanley. I'm a free man. Kano turned and glared at Stanley. What is he talking about? No idea. First things first, get this guy back to the precinct. I'll head to the syndicate hangout by myself. You don't think this is weird? Kano asked.
Follow Ani of the Nintendo today, or maybe
what the heck is this guy doing on... what the heck is this guy doing on the loose again? I already went over it before I played this, actually. What matters is that he is free. Maybe he's telling the truth about being let go. But that's ridiculous. Then I guess he must have escaped on his own, Stanley replied. In either case, your buddy screwed up royally. Now it's on you to unscrew things. None of this sat right with Kano, but the fact remained that he couldn't just let Al-Karawan go. He gave Stanley detailed directions to the hangout, and the car sped away towards Yoyogi. Then Kano headed back to the precinct with his captive, trying to reassure himself that he might learn something from questioning Al-Karawan that would help resolve the case. Yeah, Tateno was dirty. He's a dirty fucking cop. Kano sat opposite Al-Karawan in the interrogation room. He'd been attempting to interview the suspect for about a quarter of an hour. Al-Karawan sat ramrod stiff, not responding to any prompts or questions. What time is it now? He asked. They'd taken away his watch, his wallet, a small knife, and his keychain. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of leaked a week ago by now, I think, that they were already going to be doing an N64 online deal. So it's not a surprise, at least not to me. Let's see, this was the third time he'd asked to know the time. Why are you so concerned what time it is? Kano asked. Al-Karawan gave no reply. Are you waiting on something? Again, the suspect was staunchly silent. Kano wasn't sure what to make of this, but he took a look at his watch. It's around 2 o'clock, he said. What time exactly? It's 2:18. 2:18? How many seconds? Look, just cut the crap. Kano grabbed the prisoner by the collar. What the hell are you people after? Al-Karawan merely repeated his question. What time is it right now? With a growl of aggravation, Kano shoved his wristwatch in Al-Karawan's face. Ah, it's 2:20, Al-Karawan said. Okay then, that should do it. What? What does that mean? The interrogation went on for several more hours. Despite Kano's best efforts, however, Al-Karawan said nothing more. During all that time, the case continued to develop in unexpected ways, but Kano, stuck in the interrogation room, knew nothing about it until everything was already over and done. That was a bad end. Someone can do something at 1340 that throws a wrench into Kano's activities? I think I need to play as the reporter guy.
Stalin.
Stalin? What's Stalin? 1340. Let's see, we got that back again, so that's fine. That's fine. This is not fine.
He was stalling.
Oh, well, obviously. Tell me something I don't know. So chances are it's this one. All right, I think we've laid low long enough, Achi said at last. Think we should be on our way? He was about to get to his feet when he heard voices outside the storeroom again. Yikes, that was pretty careless of us.
Yeah, we definitely gotta watch it.
The theater guys from earlier had returned and they sounded a bit panicked.
Heard folks had been missing with the storeroom a bunch recently.
Uh-huh. And did you hear who's behind it? Some juvenile delinquents.
Like a gang? Oh, that takes me way back. Alright, let's hurry on back.
Achi rushed over to the door. He tried turning the knob, but the door wouldn't budge. Oh, come on! Are you freaking kidding me? He paced frantically around the room, pulling at his hair. We're locked in! They're not locked in. And that door was the only way in or out. This is going the same way as the other choice, so I don't know why it gave me a choice. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, everything here is the same. I'm not gonna bother going through this again. Oh, she got a phone call. It's an email from Mr. Tanaka. Okay. He told me he began typing out a response with practiced ease. More wild delusions rose in Achi's mind. Stealing a quick glance at Hitomi, he noticed her gazing happily at her phone screen. His delusions ran even more wild. While he was still fretting furiously, Hitomi finished typing her response. So, what did you wind up saying? Achi asked. I explained the situation. That we're trapped in a storeroom. You've got some guys chasing after you, and you're looking for some van? Wait, hold on. Who's who? Was that supposed to be Achi on the first one? I guess. Yeah, okay. Yes, I also asked him to please keep this a secret from my family and the police. Whoever this Tanaka guy was, he told me sure seemed to put a lot of trust in him. A short while later, Hitomi's phone chimed with a reply. She checked the screen in a flash, all eagerness. Achi couldn't help but ask. So, what's that Tanaka guy have to say? A hint of jealousy slipped into his voice. He says he's gonna try to find the minivan for us. Huh? If he just comes and let us out, I can go look for it myself. He says he wants us to hide out here a little longer. Ugh, what the hell? Seriously? He says that if someone's after me, it's safer to stay where we are. Yeah, I'm out of the running, Achi thought to himself. This Tanaka was clearly pretty concerned for her, and there was really only one reason for a middle-aged man would think like that. Alright, fine. We'll wait. Achi turned his own phone off, then slumped back in a huff. After 20 more minutes in the storeroom, the two were sitting in silence. Achi had run out of things to talk about. Do you think you'll ever be friends again? You and that one guy. Susumu, I think it was? Hitomi's question caught Achi off guard. He stammered, unsure how to respond. Hitomi shook her head. I'm so sorry. I barely know you. That was insensitive of me. Nah, it's alright. I mean, sometimes I wish things could go back to the way they used to be, Achi said. He let out a tiny sigh. What that Kiryu guy said was the truth. I was the guy who founded SOS. Do you know what I mean by that? Hitomi gave a slight nod. I mean, I never wanted to be in charge of a gang or anything, but I knew that if I left, SOS would just fall apart. And I didn't want anyone else to get all caught up over who would take my place, you know? So I thought long and hard about it, looking for a way for folks to stay friends even after I was gone. The loud voice echoed through the pool hall that served as SOS HQ. In case you don't know. What do you mean you're leaving? Susumu was positively red in the face. You're our founder, Achi. You can't just up and quit. Susumu had been almost like a younger brother to Achi. If anyone was going to try to stop him, Achi knew full well it would be Susumu. Look, I'm not gang leader material. All I've been trying to do is make sure we're all able to have fun. That's not true, Susumu said. Think about all that stuff you taught us. Don't you remember? Every man gets to have one request in his life that cannot be denied. Those are your words, Achi. Love you. Love you too. What time?
5:30, we're going to take a shower before work.
Hey Google, set alarm for 5:30 a.m.
Tomorrow at 5:30 a.m.
Set alarm for 8 a.m.
Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Set.
Alright. Did I say that?
Why am I imagining a Japanese version of West Side Story here?
Pretty soon everybody's gonna be and singing and shit. It's the heaviest thing you've ever said. Then to Achi's consternation, Susumu got down on his hands and knees. What's up, baby?
Turn this off before you go to bed.
I'll just turn it off now.
No, I literally just turned it on. It's too hot in here.
Oh, okay. Then to Achi's consternation, Susumu got down on his hands and knees. I'm begging you, please don't leave. Without you, SOS is nothing. Achi could feel his conviction waver. I'm begging you here, from one man to another. This is my one request. Susumu, I'm sorry. Achi could barely croak out the words. I'm leaving you in charge. You can't, Susumu pleaded. Please don't say that.
I'm sending out an SOS.
I'll send an SOS to the world. Message in a bottle. Achi turned his back to him in silence. Please, Achi, why won't you listen? I can't possibly beg any harder than this. Enough with all the request nonsense. Achi grimaced. What? Look at you, down on your hands and knees like that? Pathetic. Oh, like, I didn't expect the actual definition of pathetic on there. Achi spoke as harshly as he could, fighting to mask his true feelings. fed up with you. All of you. With each word out of his mouth, Achi could feel his own heart breaking. But if he could make the others hate him, at least it would give SOS a reason to stay together. How can you say that? Don't you try and pull that crap? Susamu's tone had changed from sadness to anger. Fine then. I'm never asking you for anything again. I'll do what you want. I'll take the reins of SOS. Achi walked away, waving vaguely without looking back. Good luck. I mean it. Once he'd stepped out of the pool hall, he wiped his sleeve across his face. It came away wet with tears. Sometimes I think maybe I could apologize to those guys and we could go back to the good old days again. That's never gonna happen. Not unless Suzune gets better. He stared into the distance at nothing in particular. At least he'd sorted out how he felt about his former pals. Is there nothing that can help your sister? Hitomi asked. She needs a heart transplant. And the problem with heart transplants is that the timing is tricky. In case you don't know. Even if there's a donor available, the transplant has to be performed within 4 hours or things get dicey. Yeah. Because lack of oxygen, etc., etc. Oh wow, I didn't realize. What the fuck did you say?
I said you need to be performed within 4 hours or you get dicey.
I mean, you're not wrong. It does take me about 4 hours.
What?
What? You can't deny it.
No.
Someone with a heart that's a match for Suzune would need to die somewhere near her. Somewhere they could perform the surgery within that 4-hour window. The odds of that happening are so small it would almost be a miracle. Which is what my sister's been waiting for. Achi thumped the left side of his chest. If my heart would do the trick, I'd gladly let her have it. Damn it. I've got a strong heart, too. He thumped himself on the chest again and again. He didn't mention it to Hitomi, but Suzune's blood type made finding her a heart transplant even more difficult. She had Bombay blood. What the fuck does that mean? A type of blood that does not correspond to the more common types of A, B, O, or AB. In some instances, a standard blood typing yields a result of O in such individuals. First discovered in the city of Bombay, now Mumbai, on India's west coast, the blood type takes its name from the city due to its relatively high incidence rate amongst the inhabitants. It was one of the rarest blood types in the world. Apparently, there were only a few dozen people in all of Japan who had it. Wait, what? For this reason, when such blood types are discovered in everyday testing, samples are quickly taken to be frozen and stored at temperatures lower than 80 degrees below centigrade. If Suzune were ever to receive a heart transplant, it would need to be from someone who also had Bombay blood. Achi? Hitomi sounded like she was on the verge of tears. Wow, she must really feel bad for Suzune. If you did manage to find a heart for your sister, what would you do? What do you mean? Say, if you happened across someone who was a donor match. I would do anything. Anything? Yeah, whatever it took. I'd risk my own life if it meant helping Suzune. I mean, at that point, I'd assume God had granted me a miracle or something, you know? Mr. Tanaka? Unfortunately for these two, it's not Mr. Tanaka. Right now, Tanaka is at the Osawa residence on his way to speak with Kenji Osawa, who's washing dishes after lunch. So that's the jump to continue that arc. Hitomi's voice was barely a squeak. For a moment, all was silent. Maybe it's just a cat? Achi suggested. Or not. And that's the jump to Tama. That had nothing to do with Tama. The doorknob rattled ominously. You really think that's Tanaka? Achi asked. I'm not sure. If it were him, I think he'd probably say something. Achi grabbed Hitomi's hand. We'd better hide. The two of them slipped behind a large piece of plywood stage dressing. The door swung open with a loud creak. Oh shit, it is Tama. In stepped a cat. Oh, it's just a kitty cat. A giant kitty cat, walking upright. Achi and Hitomi stared in confusion as someone in a cat costume slipped into the room. There was something vaguely sinister about the fuzzy figure. The cat had both hands stuffed into its pockets, and it shuffled as it walked, dragging one leg. Oh, that's the detective. Yeah, that's the detective. That's Tanaka. Or not Tanaka, the Tateno. You think that's someone with a theater troupe? Achi whispered. Maybe. The two huddled in the shadows, pressed almost cheek to cheek. They watched as the cat rifled around inside one of its pockets and then pulled something out. It was a bundle of keys. No doubt the ones it had used to get inside. Achi's eyes fixed on the furry mitt that held them. It was stained dark red. That could be only one thing. Blood. In that moment, Achi finally realized just what was going on. That's no theater guy. It was the assassin. He'd used the catsuit to slip past the theater people and had somehow gotten his hands on the storeroom keys. Now he tossed the keys away, then delicately adjusted the costume's wobbly head. Hitomi, you gotta run. Huh? Hitomi seemed frozen, mesmerized. The cat turned directly toward them. The fur around its mouth was stained crimson. Hitomi let out a high-pitched cry of shock. The cat drew its other hand out of its pocket. Clutched in its mitt was a gun. Achi and Hitomi had nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Of course. So if Tama wouldn't have taken off the suit, then that wouldn't have happened. But we do have a jump. 2 of them. And that would get past the Tama bit. It's time I skinned this cat. I need to get rid of this costume, whatever it takes. I take hold of the head in both hands and yank it upward as hard as I can. Please tell me I'm not just imagining things. The head feels a whole lot looser than it did before. If I give it a good enough push, then maybe. It comes off. I did it. I slipped out of the rest of the cat costume and gleefully abandoned it as I head for the knick-knack shop. Wait, what? Why? But I thought that was what I had... Okay. So that's not what I had to do. Now I'm confused.
So it's turning into a game about closet furries now.
Yes. Director, if you have a moment. Oh, that was Tanaka. Tanaka poked his head into the kitchen. I've got something urgent to discuss with you. Yes, of course. Osawa took the bug tracker from his pocket and handed it back to Kajiwara.
And I thought gas
I
stations
won't be needing this anymore. As soon as they had left the kitchen, Tanaka leaned in close and whispered to him, I got an email from Hitomi. He showed his cell phone to Osawa. It looks like my sister is being held captive in a blue minivan somewhere in Shibuya, but that man is still chasing me, so I can't really go looking for it. A blue minivan? Allow me to handle this, sir. I'll figure something out. Osawa knew he trusted Tanaka for a reason. Thank you, he said with a bow. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know any place she might have gone, do you, sir? What? It's just that all she's told me is that she's been moving around. I'm sorry. I don't really have any idea, Osawa replied. He was ashamed to say it. There wasn't a single place he knew of where his daughter might be inclined to go. Ah, I see. Tanaka picked up on his discomfort, was visibly embarrassed himself. He hastened to change the subject. By the way, how did your talk with Mr. Makino go? I confirmed that he was behind the human testing, but I don't know who sent me those emails. Tanaka paused for a moment in thought, looking like he might have a hunch. All right then, he said. We'll have to talk in more detail later. With that, the assistant director headed for the front door. Mr. Osawa, Kajiwara spoke from the kitchen door. Peeping in on me again, huh? Osawa grumbled. Thankfully, it didn't appear that the detective had overheard his conversation with Tanaka. Good grief, that thing is noisy. If it's broken, why don't you just throw it out? The sounds from the bug tracker grew fainter and fainter. Something wasn't right, Osawa now realized. Mr. Osawa, Kajiwara said. This is my bug tracker. So? Osawa huffed. What I mean is, sir, this one isn't broken. What? A chill ran up Osawa's spine. He swallowed audibly. I've pinpointed the source of the signal, Kajiwara said. It's coming from Mr. Tanaka. No, Osawa thought. I must have misheard that. Hold on. Say that again? I've located the source of the signal. It's coming from Mr. Tanaka, the detective repeated. This time, Osawa heard him crystal clear. I'm certain of it. Mr. Tanaka has a listening device on him. Osawa felt the blood draining from his face. If someone had been listening in on the conversation just now, then they'd heard about the email from Hitomi. If the kidnappers were the ones listening, that meant Maria's life was now in danger. I'll go after him, sir. Kajiwara broke into a sprint. Osawa followed close behind. So we finally got that one. But now the problem lies... Oh, we got the Norikawa to continue. Got that one. That one needs to be jumped to something. I would assume that it has to do with that. Or it could do with this, but I don't know how. But that's not for now. It's 9:02. It's time for me to work on Blender for the rest of the night, so I'm going to go ahead and save. Alright, already saved. I guess I'll just quit. And say, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow with more 428. And, yeah. I'm going to go over to intermission and close out of all sites except for the site that shall not be named while I work on Blender. Have a good night.
It's intermission time, folks. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies Everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 10 minutes.